Hi, Year 7 and 8. I hope you're all coping with the online world. So it's a little bit of all change, isn't it? And it's a wonderful opportunity actually for us to move forward with the music theory, the language, which I touched on a little bit. And we have done a bit in the lessons, but it's mainly been practically based, of course, with the Wizard of Oz. However, this is something I've been wanting to cover for a long time, and what I'm going to ask you to do is a very simple test from this Music Theory and Practice Book 1, and this is Grade 1. I know a lot of you are very familiar with it, and you can access Grade 2 and Grade 3. And Grade 4 for those of you who have got up to Grade 4 and some Grade 5. I'm going to set you a very simple test to do. So the PDF is up there, so take a look at the resources. And I've, at the back of the book, and this is your PDF that you'll have, there are some general exercises. I need to know where you all are on this and how to tackle the way forward. But these general exercises are all pretty simple questions about a piece of music. So you will need a pencil, by the way, and you will need a pencil with a rubber on the end. You might need a ruler, so a short ruler will be fine. I don't know whether you will need a ruler for this actually. I don't think there's any. Oh yeah, this last question, you'll need a ruler for that. Especially for those of you who struggle drawing straight lines like me. I struggle with drawing straight lines. Okay, so let's just go through it very briefly. They've given you a melody. A melody is basically a tune. It doesn't matter what period of music, what style of music. It could be Ed Sheeran, it could be heavy metal music, it could be Baroque, classical, romantic, whatever it is. You will normally get a melody. Certain instruments take these melodies. A violin is a common instrument to take a melody. The voice is a very common instrument to take a melody. Or some of the woodwind, the clarinet is another one. So you've got a single line of a melodious tune. And there are things to notice about it, like, what does that mean, that symbol? What is that? And again, I know a lot of you are very familiar with it, and it might seem very easy, so go on to the next grade. But those of you who are not, this is for you. Okay, so all these questions are going to be asking you about certain things in this piece of music. You can look them up on the net. So what does andante mean? Okay, that will be a really easy one to look up on the net. What's the time signature of the melody? So your time signature, as you may have guessed, is to do with numbers. And you've got numbers at the beginning there. Why is there a dot after the notes in bars 4 and 8? Again, you need to refer to the time signature for that. It's actually a bit of a daft question, that one, I'd have to say, but just look for the obvious. What is P short for? So you've got the marking P. Again, I know a lot of you will know it. Just write it down so that I can get an idea of what you do and what you don't know. The key of the melody is in G major. Some of you will know how we tell that a key is in G major, because you will look to this as your key signature. So for those of you who are not familiar with this and who don't take an instrument, then you will need to know for a future project on GarageBand that this is a treble clef, this is a sharp symbol, and this is a time signature. We also have other clef symbols like the bass clef, other symbols in the key signature like flats, and other time signatures like 2/4 or 4/4. These are going to become important when you write a tune in GarageBand, which is one of your summer projects. Okay, so the key of the melody is G major. What degree of the scale does the melody start on? I'm going to let you work that one out yourself. What is the letter name of the highest note? So again, this is going to be a test of, do you know what your letter note names are and what they look like on the page? So I'll give you the first one as a starter. that letter name or note name is B. Okay, so you can work out quite a lot from that. What is the value of the shortest note? So again, that's about the time names. Semibreve, minim, crotchet, quaver. How many times is this rhythm used? You're looking for patterns. Musical notation is made up of patterns. How many bars contain only crotchets? Again, that's pretty easy to do once you've figured out what a crotchet looks like, which you should all know. Answering true or false to the next question, again, something that you should be able to answer. Yeah, so you can, for those of you who do study an instrument, the G major is one of the first scales you do in your grade 1 instrument. For those of you who don't, leave that one blank if you can't guess, and then you can ask me on the chat line if you need help with that. Okay, in bar 7, we've got a symbol again. Lots of symbols with music, as well as the notation. Okay, so there's your bar 7. You've got all the bars marked. And there's your bar 7. So you can probably look that one up on the net. And then this is something everybody can do. Copy out the first 4 bars. Remember to put in the clef, key signature, time signature, tempo, dynamics and articulation. So let's just go over each one of those words. Your clef. Remember me saying that's at the beginning. The key signature. This is your symbol for a key signature. Your sharp symbol for a key signature. Time signature. Obviously to do with numbers, time. Tempo, Italian for time. Dynamics, the louds and softs in music. We've got an indication here and your question here about the louds and softs in music. And articulation, so that's how you play a piece of music. Is it 2 basic ideas, ways of playing music, which we will learn right at the beginning: legato playing and staccato playing. Legato is smooth and staccato is short or detached. And both of these ways of playing music, they're very basic, but they give an impression of what music is about and the impression, the ideas, the feelings, the emotions that you want to convey in a piece of music. So all these symbols and words start to become really important when you compose music. When you want to get your ideas onto a stave or you want to get a feeling into music, you've got to have the structure, you've got to know how to do that so that musicians can play it for you. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with those general exercises. Again, if you're really stuck with them, use the chat line. Otherwise, if you've done this with great ease, then go on to the grade 2, which I'm going to put up very shortly. Okay, good luck with that.